Chaitanya Namane Gaudadushe Namaha. Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatarubhesha Kripa Sindhubheva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, yesterday we completed chapter 1 and chapter 2. Chapter 1 was about inquiry from Dhritarashtra, and then Duryodhana's cunningness we saw. Then we saw some signs, some hints were given, which will assure that ultimately Pandavas will win this battle. And then how Krishna is such a Bhakta Vatsal. He loves to serve his devotees. So if you become a devotee, actually you become the controller of the supreme controller. People in this material world want to become controller. So you will become the controller of the supreme controller if you become a pure devotee. Krishna gets captured by those devotees who have complete surrender to Krishna. Then we saw 5 arguments Arjuna gives, and then we saw the definition of Bhagavan and how Bhagavan Shri Krishna, he refutes all the 5 arguments given by Arjuna one by one. And this is how we end chapter 2, 1 and 2. Compassion, 5 arguments were compassion, enjoyment, sinful reactions, destruction of dynasty, and indecision. And we saw some practical application, how we face similar things in our life. Today, we will see Karma Yoga and Gyan Yoga. So Karma Yoga will come in all 3 chapters. 3rd chapter, 4th chapter, and again tomorrow we will see in the 5th chapter Karma Yoga. But there's a difference. There's a difference, which we will see today. So let us start with this is so chapter 3 is called Karma Yoga. What it is talking about. So we have this Bhagavad Gita 700 verses divides into 18 chapters, and there in each chapter there are some sections. There's a flow. So we'll go with the flow. So from in chapter 3, text 1 to 9, Krishna will talk about Arjuna will ask the question, which we will see, and Krishna will talk about how renunciation of work is better or work in devotion. One is you renounce the work, one is you work but in devotion. So the question asked by Arjuna said, "O Janardhan, O Keshava, why do you want me to engage? Why do you want to engage me in this ghastly warfare if you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work?" So Krishna is telling something else, but Arjuna understands from a different angle. Why? Krishna never speaks about fruitive work. He gives some hints in second chapter, but then he doesn't emphasizes on that. So Krishna is speaking on a different level, and Arjuna is asking from a different level. You know why this is happening? Arjuna is super intelligent, a pure devotee of Krishna. But why this is happening? Because Arjuna is portraying the role in this smaller movie of 45 minutes called Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna is playing the role of conditioned soul, like all of us. And he's putting the questions we have in our life. You will see Bhagavad Gita has such questions which are asked in a day-to-day life. Many people, they say, I am a karma yogi. Okay. Do you understand what is karma yogi? Let us please try to understand what is yoga. People do not know what is yoga. Yoga in Sanskrit can be literally translated into English as connecting with the God, the Supreme God. Yoga means connection with Supreme Lord. So karma yoga is when your actions are connected to Krishna. It's called karma yoga. So if you are a karma yogi, that does not mean you are just working and taking care of your employees and taking care of your family. Are your actions connected with Krishna? So Gyan yoga means you connect with Krishna through knowledge. And Dhyana yoga means you connect with Krishna through dhyana, through meditation. And then we'll take the turn. Bhagavad Gita will take the turn here after 6 chapters. And will come Bhakti yoga, which is completely different than all 3 yogas. Even though they are different stories in the same building. So they're the 100-storied building. So first 25 are different levels of karma yoga. But there are differences. So there are different levels of karma yoga. From 26 to 50 is Jnana yoga. From 51 to 75 is Dhyana yoga. And from 76 starts Upasana, and gradually you reach pure Bhakti yoga, 100th floor. Same. Because everything is yoga. So you gradually. Now, if you want to reach 100th floor, there are 2 ways. One is you take the stairs, gradually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep counting. So then you go through details of Karma Yoga. Then you go through details of Jnana Yoga. By the time already you are frustrated. It will take lifetimes. Then you go through the details of Dhyana Yoga. Then you gradually, go up the ladder and reach the perfection of Bhakti Yoga. Or another way is to take the lift. Press the button. The door will open. You enter and press directly 100. Oh, 100 is not mentioned there. So there is written Bhakti Yoga. Shortcut BY. So just press BY Bhakti Yoga and you'll directly go to the 100th floor. When you practice Bhakti Yoga there for some time, then a door will open from the corridor and it will take you to the roof. Just above 100th floor is a terrace. And when you go there, a Vimana or airplane or helicopter will be standing for you and they will welcome and you will sit inside and will take you back flying. You will go to Krishna Lok. That is called yoga ladder. Very simple, but people do not know. People think, doing some exercises, is yoga. Everything in the name of yoga is selling in this world. Few years back, I heard the yoga industry in America is worth $27 billion. And now in this age of Corona, more people are turning to yoga. That means it should be not less than $40 billion. Yoga incense, yoga mat. I went to China, so I saw one yoga mat. I liked it. It was looking good. I asked them how much it is for. 12,000 rupees. I said, thank you very much. I'll get similar thing in India for 250 rupees. Such a business they have made. You will see the maximum people practicing yoga is China and America. It's big business. People have earned a lot of money. Yoga incense, yoga lights, yoga studio, yoga mats, yoga music, then yoga wallpapers. Everything in the name of yoga, but there is no name of Krishna. The meaning of yoga is connection with Krishna. So now in these different chapters, Krishna will reveal how we can connect with Krishna through karma, through jnana, through dhyana, and the easiest process is bhakti. So stay tuned, because Bhakti Yoga will be on 4th day. And we'll talk more about Bhakti Yoga when we reach to the chapter 12th, which will come on 6th day. Before 6th day it will come. So we'll try to. So we'll see. Yeah, 6th day will be Bhakti Yoga chapter. So let us see what Arjuna is asking here. For our sake, Arjuna is saying, if you think, oh Keshava, if you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work, then why you are engaging me? So there is something called fruitive work. Now what is fruitive work? These 2-3 basic terms you should understand. Sakam karma and nishkam karma. Sakam karma is fruitive work. When you are working and you desire the fruits, you want to enjoy the fruits. That's called sakam karma. And nishkam karma, you are just doing as a service to Krishna. You don't want to enjoy the fruits. Let Krishna enjoy. So that's called bhakti, nishkam karma yoga. So Arjuna is asking, why you are engaging me? If you are saying intelligent, that means jnana is better than karma. And yes, it is. But here Krishna is talking very different level of karma yoga than Gyan, which is better than Gyan. So we'll see that. So Krishna speaks and gives response. Okay, Arjuna is asking, my intelligence is bewildered by your equivocal instruction. It's not clear. Even though everything is clear, but because we do not understand, so Arjuna is portraying or pretending not to understand what Krishna is saying, and then eventually Krishna will explain. So Krishna says, the 4th verse. I'm not reciting the verses, beautiful verses. Our Adhoksha Krishna Prabhu, he recited. Bhagavad Gita verses are so beautiful. Just keep reciting. Na karmaranam, na karmanam anarambhan, neshkarmyam purushoshmate. See, every word when you go now, we just, you will love. Just one shloka and discuss for 2-3 hours. Then you will realize some satisfaction. So now we are just going over, flow of the chapter. So Krishna is saying, not by merely abstaining from work can one achieve freedom from reaction, nor by renunciation alone can one attain perfection. Krishna is saying, forget about renunciation, forget about work. Now, here Krishna is saying, if you abstain from work, that does not mean you will achieve freedom. Many people think, what is this ISKCON devotees, sadhus do? They just run away. They are bhagodas, sitting in ashram and eating pakodas. That's what they think. So yes, there are so-called sadhus who are portraying or who are actually giving this image to the world that sadhu means bhagoda. He's an escapist. They don't do anything. They will be, smoking some bidi. You go to Vrindavan, Mathura, Haridwar, Rishikesh, everywhere, Dwarka, Rameshwaram, everywhere you see this so-called sadhus wearing the saffron dress. They're not actually sadhus. A sadhu will work hard for Krishna. So ISKCON devotees are much different. And that's why you see. It's not that, oh, there's a lockdown. Forget. Enjoy. No. Our devotees are trying in different ways. Otherwise, why Prabhupada at the age of 70, he left Vrindavan, went in a 37 days voyage to America. At the age of 70, who will want to go to America to preach? So actually, sadhus are not burden on the society. They're not parasites. They are doing such welfare work which nobody can do. It may, as you know, it may look like a doctor. When you go to Ayurvedic doctor, he'll just see, he'll write, go. In Hyderabad, around 12-13 years back, I used to go to one doctor. He would not speak anything. Anyways, even if he speaks, he only knows Telugu. I do not know Telugu. So he will just touch the nadi for 30 seconds and then he'll write something, you go. So you go to his assistant, he'll give you some medicine, he'll explain, you go, give money and go. Now it may be what? He's charging so much. He didn't even talk to me. That's not required. He's doing welfare to treat your body. So doctors are most respectable personalities because they cure our body. Army people and police, they are very respectable because they protect our body. But temples and sadhus, no. But you see, not only your body, your mind, your intelligence, and your soul, all are protected, nourished, and cured by temples, by bona fide temples and bona fide sadhus. Sadhu is doing the greatest welfare work in the entire creation. Nobody can match up to him. That is why Krishna says, sadhus are so dear to him. We are talking about genuine sadhus. So not that Krishna is saying, no, if you just leave work, do you think you will attain success? Huh? Nowadays, parents are coming to us saying that, Prabhuji, our son, he's 22 years old. He does not want to do anything. He's completed his engineering. He has a job, but he does not want to job. He's just sitting in one room. Just eats and sleeps. Does not want to do anything. And if you ask the boy, he says, oh, I'm practicing for nirvana. No, that's bogus. This is a bogus practice. Here, Krishna is saying this will not lead to success. Then Krishna says, so because this will not lead to success, Krishna is saying, perform your prescribed duty. Again and again you will hear this word. Yesterday we explained what is prescribed duty. For doing so is better than not working. One cannot even maintain one's physical body without work. What does it mean? I will say, I don't want to do anything. I'll just practice yoga. I'll go to Himalayan range of mountains and I'll practice yoga. Am I breathing? Yes. Am I sitting? Yes. So I'm doing some karma. So Krishna will tell Arjuna in future, Arjuna, see action in inaction and inaction in action. Confusing? You have to see action in inaction and inaction in action. That means people who are just running away from their responsibilities, they are not actually doing any inaction. They are doing action. Karma is still forcing them to do something. They are breathing. They are sitting. They are eating. They are lying down. They are doing something. So that's karma. But a devotee like Arjuna or like Prabhupada, they are doing so much, but there is no result of their karma. So that is inaction. So action in inaction. Karmana gahana gati. People, they ask, they think they know about karma, but karma yoga is not easy to understand until unless one approaches a bona fide spiritual master. Now, Krishna is saying, okay, you work. So Arjuna will say, okay, I will work. But Krishna will explain, work for whom? Yagna arthat karmano natra lokayam karma bandhana tadartham karma kvanteya mukta sangha samachara. Yagna arthat karmano. Karmano means you work. Arjuna, you work, but for what? Yagna arthat. Yagna means Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna. So you work for Krishna. You work for Lord Vishnu, Narayana, Ram. Same. Anatra, otherwise, lokoyam karma bandhana. Otherwise, your work will cause bondage for you in this material world. Tadartham karma konte. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for the satisfaction of Lord Vishnu. Mukta Sangha Samachara. Then you will always remain free from bondage. You will never be entangled in any of the action and its reactions, and you will never be entangled in this world. You will always live a life like a free bird. And that is why the example here given, the picture you see, Narada Muni, who's a free bird who travels anywhere and everywhere in the universe and outside this universe. At his will, he travels. Why? Because he's always serving Krishna. So people who serve Krishna, they're not having any bondage. They're free from all rules and regulation. And they're beyond rules and regulation. But anyone will say, oh, I will say, I'm a devotee, I'm beyond rules and regulation. No. Then you have to see, you have to observe my day-to-day life, whether I'm really working for Krishna. Then we will now, so you understand, you have to work. Everyone has to work, but work for Krishna. When you work for Krishna, what happens? The reaction which will come of the work, every action has equal and opposite reaction. The reaction which will come, it will not bound you. It will not be able to bound you. It will liberate you. Mukta Sangaha Samachara. It will liberate you. How many of you, if I have to ask question, are feeling bondage? Well, there's so many troubles, so many anxieties, so much stress. This is all bondage. Every one of you, every one of us are feeling. Why? Because we are not liberated. So if you really want liberation, moksha, mukti, then don't, Krishna is telling, don't renounce the work, but work for me. Some people, very foolish of them, they commit suicide thinking that, I have too many anxieties in this world, let me commit suicide and finish, and then I will be liberated. No, you will be under more bondage, stricter, rigid bondage. Why? Because Krishna has given you this body to serve him, not to destroy this body. So by destroying this body, you are actually doing the crime. So that is not renunciation. Renunciation in actuality means you give up your independent nature. You give up your own, surrender to mind. Don't surrender to mind. Surrender to Krishna's instruction. That is renunciation. Now, next few verses, we will see Yagya Chakra. What is Yagya Chakra? What happens with this Yagya Chakra? And why every one of us should get into this? Here, Krishna is saying, Annat bhavanti bhutani parajanya adanna sambhava yajnat bhavati barjanyo yagna karma samudbhavaha. Annat bhavanti bhutani. We all eat anna, food. And all of us, Annat bhavanti bhutani. Bhutani means all the living entities. They survive or they subsist on anna. How do you get this anna? Parajanya anna sambhavaha. Anna will come when there is parajanya, the rains. How will the rains come? Yajna bhavati parajanyo, yagya. When you perform yagya, the rains will come. And what is yagya? How to perform yagya? Yagya karma samudbhavaha. Yagya is karma samudbhavaha. From karma, the yagya comes. What is karma? Prescribed duty. Not that everything you do is called karma. So there are three words given in this chapter: karma, akarma, and vikarma. What is karma? It's not that everything you do is karma. Oh, I'm going to college, that is my karma. Oh, I'm going to job, that is my karma. No, that's not karma. Karma means whatever is told in Bhagavad Gita and other scripture for us to perform, that is called karma. We karma means opposite. Whatever is being told not to do and we are doing, like murders, like crime, and many other things which government may not call it crime, but actually that is vikarma. And then third is akarma. Akarma is bhakti. Akarma. That means when you perform karma, when you perform actions, but there is no reaction to it. That's called akarma. So now from karma comes, let me show you this entire shloka and other two shlokas in the form of this chakra. So the Yagya chakra. Now can you see my circle? So this is the food. So we need food to eat. This food will come from the grains. And grains will come when there is rain. And rain will come when there is yagya. And what is yagya? Yagya is your karma. If you do prescribed duties, that is called yagya. And how do you know where prescribed duties are coming from where? How will you know that? From the scriptures. And scriptures are coming from Krishna. So Krishna is giving scriptures. It mentions our duty. Then we perform our duty. That becomes yagya. That gives rain and it gives food. So from that we rains from grains, and from grains we prepare tasty food. So is it not that before we eat food, we should offer it to Krishna back because he is giving everything? Once you give to Krishna, that becomes spiritualized food, which is prasad, that you can consume. Your body will be healthy, your mind will be purified, your intelligence will be sharpened, and your soul will get nourished when you eat prasadam. Very simple. Whatever you eat, offer it to Krishna before you eat. So I hope all of you understand this Yagya Chakra. It's very simple. Krishna has given scriptures, Vedas, which will tell us what we should do, what we should not do. And then what is explained when we do it, that becomes Yagya. And because Yagya, we do, Indra will send rains. Because Indra's job given to him by Krishna is you send rains when there is Yagya. He will give proper rains, and that rains will give ground, it will go to the ground, and then grains will come, and from the grains we will cook the food. And before eating, because Krishna has done everything, so let us offer it to Krishna. It's only gratitude. No? Mother and father, they sacrifice a lot for kids. So it is duty of the kids, when they are earning, they should take care of mother and father. They should not leave them. That's crime to leave them, because they have taken so much trouble for you. So Krishna has taken so much trouble for us. He has given everything. And we accept all the gifts from Krishna and we don't even offer food to him. Is that good? Nowadays, this culture is not there. Otherwise, I have seen earlier, in our childhood, we have seen this culture. If a postman will come, like rarely some postman, if postman will come or some other person will come to deliver some goods, you order something, grocery, and they deliver. Then you ask that person, Prabhu, would you like to have a glass of water? Would you eat something? That was a culture. And now you order everything on Amazon and Flipkart and so and so. And then it comes. Do you even ask a glass of water to that person? Such the society has become very impersonal, very ungrateful. But I'm paying for the product. Why shall I ask? Yes, but at least he has done his service. You can ask a glass of water. We don't ask. Why don't you share some sweets with him? So this culture was there and now it's dwindling. So we all are becoming very ungrateful. So this ungratefulness is we are exhibiting same ungratefulness to Krishna, who has given us everything. Krishna has given my mother, Krishna has given my father, Krishna has given my money, Krishna has given my body, Krishna has given my intelligence. Krishna has given everything, this world, this air, this water. Bhumi, Rapo, Nalo, Vayu, Khammana, Udre, Vacha, Hankara, Itiyam, De, Bhanna, Prakriti, Ashtada. All these 8 elements are coming from Krishna. So why we should not even exhibit gratefulness? At least we can say, thank you, Krishna. Every day we can say once, thank you, my Lord Shri Krishna. You have given me everything. And whatever, because of my own karma, I am suffering, we blame Krishna. It is my karma. A father has 2 sons. He is giving 100 rupees every week pocket money to each of them. So he gives 100 rupees. One son goes and he buys some stationery, pocket money utilizes properly, eats some healthy food, some sweets. Another boy, he goes and smokes. And gradually the pocket money increases. From BD he reaches to cigarette. Then he goes to drugs. Whose health is spoiled? So it is not that you can blame the father. Why did you give me money? No, father is just giving you so that he can facilitate your growth. So we should never be ungrateful. So, and then, what is this? Let us read. Very interesting from Srimad Bhagavatam. In this age of Kali, intelligent persons, if any one of you are intelligent, which I assume all of you are, otherwise you will never attend Bhagavad Gita course. The sign of intelligence. You are interested in Bhagavad Gita. And you want to become more intelligent, this is what you should do. Intelligent persons perform congregational chanting. That means come together and chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. To worship the incarnation of God who constantly sings the name of Krishna. So you see this personality in yellow dhoti. He is Krishna himself who has come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is incarnation of God, but he comes in the form of a devotee. Sometimes in movies you see, like Amitabh Bachchan is the father and his son also is Amitabh Bachchan, dual role. So Krishna comes in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as his devotee only. He's Krishna, but he's acting as a devotee. Why? In order to teach us. Sometimes when the child is not able to write A, so then mother or father or teacher, all three are teachers, they hold the hand of the child and make him write. So similarly, Krishna has to come as a devotee in order to teach us what we are supposed to do. Although his complexion is not blackish, Krishna is blackish in color, he is golden in color. He is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. What are his weapons? Has he come to kill? Yes. He has come to kill the sinful propensity in our heart. And what is a weapon? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is the weapon in Kali. So anyone who is intelligent or who wants to become intelligent, he will chant Hare Krishna mantra. That's the only way you can liberate yourself. And this is the karma. This is the best karma you can do, which we will talk about it later. Now, see, these 18 verses or 19 verses, Karma Yoga, Krishna is talking about Karma Yoga, performing prescribed work in detachment. You can see these devotees of ISKCON. They're not just sitting. They are acting for the welfare of people. A sadhu means one who will act for the welfare of people. The definition of sadhu is titikshva karunikaha surada sarvadehinam. Titikshva karunika. He will tolerate all the problems of his life and still he will be merciful to the to people of the world. So you see one in now definitely is not an Indian. There are thousands and thousands of devotees all over the world. He's trying to teach what is Bhagavad Gita, explaining. And another picture you see, this is from Bombay, how devotees are distributing Krishna Prasad. This is not just food, this is Krishna Prasad. So Karma Yoga, Krishna explains. Now we'll not get into detail, but Krishna is explaining in all these verses that Arjuna, don't run away from the duty. Perform your duty, perform your prescribed duty, but in detachment. What is the meaning of detachment? Karmane vadikaraste mahaphaleshu kadachana. You would have heard this verse again and again. So Krishna is telling you, perform your duty, and whatever comes as a result, leave up to me. I'll take care of that. So then, why shall I work? What will I gain? The question comes, why shall I work? If you imagine, you go to give an interview, and then your company, they will tell you, okay, you work 5 days a week, 10 hours every day, and then we'll take care of the salary. So how much you will give? We will not give anything. That we will take care. Why shall I work? Am I a fool? So someone may ask, why shall I work for Krishna when I'm not getting anything? No, you are getting. Krishna will give you everything. When Krishna is telling us that you offer the bhoga to me, that does not mean when you give the plate of bhoga to Krishna, he will eat everything and you are hungry. No, Krishna. Why Krishna? Krishna is feeding the elephants. Thousands and thousands of elephants all over the world. Huge elephants. They eat so much. Krishna is feeding them. Why will Krishna not feed the devotees? He'll make devotees go hungry. So Krishna is telling that you work, but don't get attached to the result. That will purify our consciousness, that will purify our heart, and Krishna will give whatever we need. When we reach 9th chapter, there's one verse, Krishna says, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. Whatever you have, I will protect. Whatever you need, I will give. You become my devotee. That's the deal. Amazing deal. Huh? I mean, you join some company, even government. Suppose someone joins, say, army, or someone joins security, intelligence, raw agent and all that, intelligence, IB. So he is traveling all over the world, taking care of government's responsibilities. Who will take care of his family? Government of India will take care of his family. It's not a big deal to understand. It's very simple. Similarly, if you serve Krishna, do you think Krishna will not take care of you and your family? Krishna is not so ungrateful. So that is the meaning of working in detachment is better than no work. Krishna is saying, Arjuna, become a role model. What is role model? Yadyadacharati shrestha tattadeva taro janah sayat pramanam kurute lokas tadanuvartate. Whatever action a great man performs, common men follow. And whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. So devotees should become role model. They should show to the world what we are supposed to do. And for that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself comes as a devotee to show to the world what a devotee should do. So this last section of 3rd chapter. Now, Krishna is talking about, Arjuna is asking, which is better? Why you are engaging me in this ghastly warfare when you know that intelligence is, knowledge is better? then action, then fruitive action. So Krishna explains how, I'm not talking about fruitive action, I'm talking about the higher actions. That working for, not for oneself, but working for Krishna. Then he talks about Yagya Chakra, how you should perform and what you will get. When you perform Yagya, you will get rain, and these rains will give you grains, and these grains will become your food. So Krishna is not saying that you perform for me and you go hungry. And then Krishna explains how work with the spirit of detachment is better than renunciation. And then now, the last section. So Arjuna understood that I'm supposed to do this. Okay, to-do list. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what I'm supposed to do. But then Arjuna asked Krishna that, my dear Lord, why is that? I feel some force. Something is forcing me from within to do something which I don't want to do. Many of the youths, right? Not only youths, everyone from the age of 12, 13, we are getting questions. So many people come to us, right from age of 12, 13 to age of 40, 45. That Prabhuji, I am upon addiction. Please help me. I'm addicted to watch. I'm addicted to pornography. I'm watching hours and hours and spoiling my time, spoiling my energy, wasting my life. Please help me to come out of this. So then I asked that, who's telling you to get into this? No, it's a force coming. So Krishna will respond from where this force is coming. So this is Arjuna's question. Atakkena prayukto yam papam charati purushaha anichchamapi varshneya balad eva niyojitaha. Balad, forcefully. O descendant of Vrishni, by what is one impelled to sinful acts even unwillingly, as if engaged by force? I don't want to get into any sinful activity, my Lord, but something is forcing me. He's not talking about himself, he's talking about us. Something is forcing to get involved into this sinful activity. Krishna explains, Shri Bhagavan Vacha Kamaesha Krodhaesha Rajoguna Samudbhavaha Mahashano Mahapapma Vidyanam Iha Verinam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material mode of passion and later transformed into wrath, and which is all devouring sinful enemy of the world. So it is Rajoguna, it is mode of passion, which is lust, and then it becomes unsatisfied lust is transformed into anger, and which destroys oneself and others around. Many devotees, they ask, many people, they ask this question, how do I overcome anger? Krishna is saying, what is the reason? What is lust? Lust does not necessarily mean some carnal desire. That is one aspect of lust. Lust means any desire which is separate from Krishna, which does not involve Krishna. If someone is into business, but he is not serving Krishna, that is also lust. Any material desire which has no involvement of Krishna is called lust. And how it is coming? Material mode of passion. So beautiful section. And then how to overcome? Someone may say, Prabhu, I have the same problem. Not you, Prabhu. Every one of us have same problem. Everyone. Every human being on this planet, man, a woman, old person, young person, child, American, European, Russian, Chinese, Indian, North Indian, South Indian, everyone in the world is having same problem, same disease of lust. So Krishna gives answer also. Let us try to understand what Krishna is trying to explain. So here you see this picture. There are 5 horses. These are 5 senses. Krishna said, Indriyani parani ahur indriyabhya param mana manasastu para buddhi yo buddhe parasastu sa. So don't see, okay, the working senses are superior to dull matter. Matter is higher than the senses. Intelligence still higher than mind. And he, the soul, is even higher than intelligence. Don't worry, I'll explain this. Don't bother about that. Try to understand this picture. These 5 horses are 5 senses: eyes, nose, ears, touch, and tongue. These are 5 senses. They're like 5 wild horses. And the reins, lagam, these reins are mind. And the chariot driver or the driver is intelligence. And the passenger sitting behind who's scared is the soul, we. It's we, the soul. Now when intelligence becomes weak, it is not able to control the reins, which is mind. And when reins are let loose, all these 5 horses, the 5 senses go in different directions at a speed of a wild horse, uncontrollable. Imagine a situation. You have traveled to some place. Now you come out of the airport or railway station and you book a Ola cab. You are sitting behind and the driver is driving fast because it's a highway. The speed of 100 and 120. Less traffic, so he is going very fast. Suddenly the driver gets a heart attack or a low BP. Let us consider low BP. The driver gets, now you are sitting relaxed, aram se, trying to doze off or reading or working on your mobile. The driver, his BP goes, his sugar level goes down, and low sugar means he can die anytime. So he's sitting on the seat and he just falls like this. Now you cannot control the steering and driver is down. What will happen? The steering, the wheels are the senses. So can any one of you tell me which direction the car will go? Car may go straight, car may go left, down the hill, it may go right towards the other side of the road. It may hit any tree, it may hit the divider, it may hit other vehicle, it may stop, it may move, but eventually it will end up in disaster. Now what happens to you? You almost will have a heart attack because you are about to die now. Now what you should do? If a driver is having this low sugar attack, immediately you should open the bag, take out some Glucon-D or some sweet and immediately open the mouth of driver, feed him. And then his sugar level is normal. Yes, I'm getting strength. And he will, get up and you help him to get up and he will control the steering. He will apply the brakes and all these senses will be controlled. Now what is this? Soul, a passenger is soul. So when the intelligence is dull, nowadays people are becoming dull because of watching too much movies and videos, because there is no thinking. When you read something, when you're reading a book, your intelligence is, getting charged up. It's thinking. But you're watching movie, you are like a dull person. Everything is ready-made. If you wash your clothes at home, you wash your clothes on yourself. Who says that a husband should not wash the clothes? In earlier time, everyone would wash. Now husband is not washing the clothes. So wife is having too many clothes, husband's clothes, her clothes, children's clothes, and so she buys the washing machine or keep a maid. Now, husband is not washing because he's not doing any exercise, then wife is also not doing exercise. Both are becoming, they are expanding sidewise. And they join. They paid money for washing machine. Now they join gym, pay extra money, and then do exercise to trim their body. If you directly wash the clothes on yourself, wash the clothes yourself, then you don't need washing machine, you don't need gym. So this is artificial lifestyle. So similarly, these videos are making you dull. Earlier, the women and men both will work hard. Women will, bring some spices, they dry it, and then they make powder out of it, and then use for cooking. And now everything you get, Everest garam masala, MDH garam masala. What happens to you? You become lazy. So when you are reading a book, your intelligence is activated. When you're watching a movie or watching a TV, watching a video, your intelligence is dull. You're just watching, no thinking. So intelligence in this age of every one of us has become dull. It is like low BP attack. So the soul has to take out the glucon D or sweet. What is that glucon D? This is that glucon D. So you take Bhagavad Gita, start reading Bhagavad Gita. It is giving a food to your intelligence. So intelligence will become sharp and strengthened. Intelligence will get the strength. So when intelligence get the strength, intelligence will control the mind. Otherwise, mind will desire. Mind will desire many things. I have a bad habit of talking very straight, but that is how it connects to people. So let me give a very straight example. Husband and wife going in the market. Because man is man, woman is woman. They are different. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. So they have different. Women will see, oh, sari ka dukan. Nice sari shop. And men will see the beautiful woman inside that shop. Then the woman will say, the wife will say, oh, jewelry shop. And men will see the saleswoman inside the jewelry shop. See how, the works. This is mind. And suddenly, the wife desires, oh, diamond set. I want this diamond set. But you don't have money. So then you go home. Chalo, muh latka hai, go home. And the husband desires, oh, such a beautiful woman. I wish she could be my girlfriend and my wife will allow me to have a girlfriend. But intelligence will, no, don't look at her. If your wife sees you looking at another woman, then you're gone. You're dead. So who's controlling? The wife is desiring something. That desires are coming from mind. But intelligence said no money. And a man wants to enjoy another woman. Mind is giving that desires. But intelligence said no. Your wife is beside you. Do not even think about it. So then he controls. Someone will say, what kind of example? But that's what's happening in the world. That's how the brain, the mind of men and women work. So mind is giving you desire, unlimited desires. A boy or a girl, small kids, babies, they grow up, they want toys. So mind is asking for toys. Then they grow up, the girl wants a Barbie doll and the boy wants bat and ball. No Barbie doll, bat and ball. If a boy is asking for Barbie doll, mother is concerned. What will happen to my boy? Why is he asking for a Barbie doll? There is something wrong. We need to go and immediately see a sadhu and some, tantric and do some chart folk on him. Why is he asking for a Barbie doll? Yes, if he is 18 years old and then he is asking for a real Barbie doll, that still understood. So that's how mind will keep desiring from childhood, from womb to tomb, from birth to death. Mind will just keep giving you desires, keep giving you newer and newer ideas. And what is happening? People are trying to run behind those ideas and trying to fulfill that. You cannot fulfill desires. Now my screen is small. I can only go till here, till here. So desires are so much. Okay, this is broader. So there are so many desires, but your karma is allowing you only this much. So if desires are like 100 meters and your karma is allowing you to fulfill only 2 meters, so this 98-meter gap is what it is doing in your life. It is bringing frustration, depression. Your karma is giving you only 2 meters. Then don't desire for 100 meters. That is what Krishna is telling. Now tell me, if you apply this principle, you will be happy in your life or no? Yes, 100% you will be happy and satisfied because your desire is 2 meters. They say in Hindi, पैर उतना ही निकालो जितनी चादर है, something जैसे ना, पैर उतना ही पसारो जितनी चादर है. So whatever your karma is giving, it will come on its own. That's why Krishna says, Yatra chayat labha santushto, satisfaction. Whatever gain you are due in this life as per your karma, your karmic reaction is giving you some gains. That much will come to you. And if you are happy in that, you're satisfied in that, then you are the blessed person. You are the happiest man in this universe. Just be satisfied whatever is coming. That does not mean that it is killing your ambitions. It's not like that. So mind is giving you desires and senses want to enjoy. Actually, mind wants to enjoy through the senses. And we think we are enjoying. The soul is not enjoying. The soul cannot enjoy material object. Please try to understand this. Oil and water cannot be combined, cannot, mix. Soul can only enjoy spiritual objects. It's mind which is covering the soul, is trying to enjoy the material objects, the body of opposite sex, the house, the car, the facilities, the power, the position. All this mind is trying to enjoy through senses. And you think you are enjoying nothing. And that is why even after getting all these things, money, power, facility, everything you have, still why are you unsatisfied? Because this is all being enjoyed by mind and nothing is being enjoyed by soul. Understand? Soul is not getting anything. Soul can only be happy when it is in connection with spiritual objects. So this entire concept is very important for us to understand. So this is body. I told you don't read this. Don't get bothered. This is in a more graphical level. So body, and beyond body is senses. Beyond senses is mind. Beyond mind is intelligence, and beyond intelligence is soul. So we need to feed everything. Like you are giving body the food to eat, and you are giving senses something to eat. You are giving your mind something. You're not giving anything to intelligence, and people do not know about soul. So we need to give food to every level. Now imagine if you offer bhoga to Krishna, food to Krishna, and then eat prasadam. So prasadam offered to Krishna, spiritualized food, is actually nourishing your soul, nourishing your intelligence, mind, senses, and body. And when we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, it is actually keeping mind into more focused zone and nourishing the soul. When you read Bhagavad Gita and hear such classes based on Bhagavad Gita, then it is nourishing your intelligence. It is sharpening your intelligence. At the same time, it is nourishing the soul. So anything you do spiritual, which will make the soul happy, that is what will make you happy. Otherwise, everyone in this world is suffering because of lust. And how to overcome lust, Krishna explains. Thus, knowing oneself to be transcendental to the material senses, mind, and intelligence. We are not material senses, we are not mind, we are not intelligence. We are beyond all this. O mighty armed Arjuna, one should steady the mind by spiritual intelligence, by deliberate spiritual intelligence, and thus by spiritual strength conquer this insatiable enemy known as lust. Until unless we conquer this lust, which is insatiable, it will never be satisfied. We will not be happy. Never. You may get, you may get unlimited wealth, unlimited power, unlimited, enjoyment in form of opposite sex, but still you will not be happy. And it has happened. I can go on with giving you examples from Ramayana, from Mahabharata, from Bhagavatam. It will not make you happy. So if any one of you seriously considering to become happy, then please do what Lord is telling us. Lord is our well-wisher. He is the true well-wisher of every one of us. He will not cheat us. We have to steady the mind by spiritual intelligence. So read Bhagavad Gita, get transcendental knowledge that will give you spiritual intelligence, and you will be able to control the mind. And then you will get spiritual strength by pursuing bhakti. And this strength will conquer the lust. That comes to end of 3rd chapter, Karma Yoga. Now, Krishna is talking about, Krishna is giving hint in the 3rd chapter, which connects to 4th chapter. Krishna is talking about spiritual intelligence, that means knowledge. So now what is that knowledge? That is the Gyan. That is being spoken in next chapter. Transcendental knowledge about karma. Actually, it is transcendental knowledge about Krishna. So, typing error. So it's about Krishna. These 10 verses talk about Krishna. What it talks about? Krishna says that I give this knowledge in the disciplic succession. I gave this knowledge to Brahma. Brahma gave to Narada Muni. Narada Muni gave to Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva gave to Madhvacharya. And this is how the knowledge comes. In this, in the Bhagavad Gita, nobody has dared to print such a thing in any of the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna gave knowledge to Brahma, Brahma gave to Narada, Narada gave to Vyasadeva, Vyasadeva gave to Madhvacharya, and it is coming 32nd. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who has written, this is Prabhupada. He has written this commentary on Bhagavad Gita. Nobody can dare to write such a thing until unless he is bona fide. You will not find such, because they don't have. There are bogus people out there who are trying to give commentaries on Bhagavad Gita. This shows the genuinity of Prabhupada. So then, Krishna is giving this knowledge. Then Krishna talks about himself, that Ajopi Sammana Vyatma, that I am unborn, but I still take birth. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuttanam adharmasya tadadmanam prajamyaham. Whenever there is decline of religion, I come and uplift the religious principles. Then why do you come? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya duskadam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. I come in every millennium to protect the devotees, to kill the miscreants, and to uphold the dharma. So why should I know? You are coming, you are going. How in how it affects me. Krishna says, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvata tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti. So Arjuna, ho Arjuna, if you know in truth about my birth, about my appearance, we not say birth, appearance and activities. My activities and my appearance, O Arjuna, are transcendental. If you know this in truth, you will be immediately free from all the material bondage and you will be eligible for liberation. You will never come back to this filthy material world. Krishna is talking in every aspect of Bhagavad Gita, every section of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is only talking about our benefit. Nowhere in 700 verses Krishna talks about himself, his benefit. Krishna is only talking about our benefit. Where Krishna is telling, surrender unto me, leave everything and surrender unto me. What Krishna wants? Krishna wants some few millions or few billions of servants. Do you think Krishna has unlimited servants? But it will benefit us. When the doctor is prescribing some medicine and the patient follows the instruction of doctor, who is happy? The doctor or the patient? Patient is happy. Okay, in the material world, doctor earns money, but Krishna does not. He is Lakshmipati. If a father and mother are giving some instruction to the children, if children follow, who are going to benefit? Children, not mother and father. Mother and father will be happy, the child is happy. So then, these 10 verses, and then Arjuna asks, so my dear Lord, does anyone has, before me, anyone has practiced Bhakti Yoga and got success? Krishna says, many, unlimited. Now Krishna is talking about karma as the goal of all paths and creator of Varnashram. So Krishna is talking about Varnashram. He introduces Varnashram here. Chatur Varna Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasha. These 4 Varnas and 4 ashrams. What are 4 Varnas? Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. 4 ashram, Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyas. This is what Krishna has created. And it is based on not the birth, it is based on the action. It's simple. Son of doctor. Can a son of doctor become a doctor? Yes, he can become if he studies nicely and goes to a medical college. But just because I am born as a son to my doctor father, does this mean I am a doctor from childhood? No. If my father is IAS officer, does that mean I also become IAS officer just by taking birth in his family? No. So similarly, a Brahmana's son cannot become a Brahmana unless he goes for practice. Brahmanical principles. He's not known as Brahmana. That is called Jativad. What is happening is Jativad. It is not given in scriptures. ये धर्म शास्त्रों में जातिवाद के बारे में बताया नहीं, जातिवाद नहीं बताया है. It is talking about the guna. If you have, see, if the father is a farmer and the son studies hard and becomes a lawyer, so son is known as lawyer. He will not be known as farmer. So Brahmana's son can become Brahmana. Brahmana's son can become Kshatriya also, can become a Shudra also. And Shudra's son also can become a Brahmana. What is happening in this country today? Oh, because they are Shudras, all generations are Shudras. No, it's not like that. If he's trained to become Brahmana, he'll become Brahmana. And then there are Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyas. Some people say, why you become Brahmachari? Hare, Krishna has created this one of the ashramas, so someone desires to become Brahmachari, wants to become, let him become. What is your problem? So someone wants to not get entangled into family life, because once you become Brahmachari and after that if you become Grahastha and then Vanaprastha and then Sannyas, ultimately you are getting entangled and coming on this path. It's like, there's a highway. In Bombay, Pune, we have a highway, expressway. You go straight. There's one way you can go straight, or other way you can go, and you go to different towns and villages in between, go, and ultimately you have to reach. So why to waste time? Go straight. So that is individual. That's not by force. After that, Krishna talks about Varnashrama, and then he talks about Karma Yoga again. Just now we studied Karma Yoga. Again we come to Karma Yoga. This Karma Yoga is different than the Karma Yoga in third chapter. And fifth chapter Karma Yoga will be different. So here Krishna is saying, now Arjuna, you got knowledge. Earlier, you didn't have knowledge. So you don't know what to work. You were thinking whatever you're working, that's called karma. Now you got knowledge. So now you perform actions with knowledge. That's called prescribed duty. You see, action without knowledge and action with knowledge. So there's a difference. So this Karma Yoga is action with knowledge. And fifth chapter, tomorrow Karma Yoga again will come. That is action in bhakti. It's beyond knowledge. We'll discuss tomorrow. And then Krishna talks about different sacrifices for different section of people. So Arjuna is asking that, okay, these different sacrifices lead to transcendental knowledge. Okay, so where do I get this knowledge from? Then Krishna says, you will get knowledge from tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya apadekshanti te jnanam jnaninam tattvadarshina. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. So you approach a bona fide spiritual master. Surrender that, my dear spiritual master, my dear master, I have come. Please instruct me, what shall I do? So surrender unto him, then serve him, then ask questions. And he will impart you the real knowledge. So then Krishna explains about this transcendental knowledge. One who acts in devotional service, renouncing the fruits of his action, and whose doubts have been destroyed by transcendental knowledge, is situated factually in the self. Thus, he is not bound by the reaction of work or conqueror of the riches. O Dhananjaya, Nibadnanti, Nibadnanti. Bandhan, no bandhan. So see, this is an, looks like a European devotee. What is she doing? She's distributing transcendental knowledge in the form of books. And she does not want anything. She does not want anything. She just wants people to become happy by reading these books. So she is performing the service, devotional service, renouncing the fruits of action. She does not want. And her doubts are being destroyed by transcendental knowledge. So she is not under bondage. She is already liberated. मोक्ष मिल गया है. Then Krishna says, Tasmad Arjuna Sambhutam Vritstam Gyanastin Atmanah Chitvenam Samshayam Yogam Ati Uttushta Bharata. Stand and fight. Therefore, the doubts which have arisen in your heart out of ignorance should be slashed by the weapon of knowledge. Armed with yoga, O Bharata, stand and fight. Krishna is not telling fight as in go and fight. Perform your duty, because that is your duty. Now you know the knowledge, so you perform your duty. And the doubts which have arisen in your heart out of ignorance have been slashed by the weapon of knowledge. So when you get knowledge, and ignorance is dispelled, now, okay. What are you able to see? Nothing, just a red screen. This redness is my blood because I've covered the camera with the thumb. So this is called darkness, ignorance. Now, There is light. You can see everything. You can see me, you can see Prabhupada, you can see Krishna, you can see Arjuna, you can see Bhagavad Gita, you can see flower. Everything is clear. अंधेरे से बाहर आओ. So now you have knowledge. Now you perform your duties based on knowledge. Sacrifice, do perform devotional service or sacrifice without attachment to the result. Because we know now Krishna is the owner of the result. So that is called Karma Yoga, which we'll see tomorrow in Bhakti, which is Bhakti Yoga actually. So entire Bhagavad Gita in one way is talking about Bhakti. People do not understand because they do not hear Bhagavad Gita or understand Bhagavad Gita from the bona fide source. I request all of you, please read Bhagavad Gita. At least you can read 5th and 6th chapter, the translation. You know, every one of you would have Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita has very nice pattern. Prabhupada is given the shloka in Sanskrit, the shloka in English. Then there is this bold. This is called translation, and there is explanation. So read at least, because you may not get time to read the explanation. You can read later purports, but at least read the translation for chapter 5 and chapter 6. You know, so that tomorrow when we present, you are able to understand it very easily. And now, what is sacrifice? The best karma, the best action is chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So, of all the knowledge ends in service to Krishna, and the best service one can perform to Krishna to make oneself happy eternally is to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So what we'll do, I'll display this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. I want every one of you to chant with me. Every one of us will chant for 3 minutes, not more, for 3 minutes. So, two principles or two rules you have to remember while chanting. Don't chant silently. No. Just speak out. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Speak out. And when you speak, the sound should go back to your ears. It should go back to your ears. These two things you have to remember. Forget about mind. Don't worry if mind is going all over the world. Let it go. Let go. Let the mind go on a world tour free of cost. Jaane do na. You don't have to pay anything. Let the mind go on world tour. You be there and hear the chanting. It is the duty of a soul. So let us chant for 2-3 minutes, and then I'll ask 1-2 of the participants, 1 or 2 who are chanting first time in their life, how do they feel, and then we'll take some questions. Okay, so we'll start, every one of us together. 3, 2, 1, start. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So speak loudly and hear. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now I will mute myself, and I want all of you to hear your own voice. Don't hear my voice. Hear your own voice. So I'm muting myself. I'm putting myself on mute. So every one of you chant and hear. Hare Krishna, Okay, we will chant last 5 times. Okay, 5 times we'll chant. And you have to speak and hear. Focus on hearing. That's all. Don't try to control the mind. Let mind go wherever it wants. You just hear. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Now every one of you close your eyes. Every one of you close your eyes and think about how it impacted this last 3 minutes of chanting, how you felt. And I want any one of you who has chanted first time, please raise your hands. Now you can open your eyes to give the feedback. Whoever has chanted first time, please raise your hands. Okay, we have 2, we have 3, 4, good. Okay, now we'll, so our host is there, I hope. And otherwise, don't worry, we'll take care. So you can unmute Prabhu, you can unmute few of them, and I want to ask them how they felt. So every one of you, please just speak 1 or 2 lines, how you felt about chanting. Okay, unmute one by one. Let us hear few of them. Yes, nobody is unmuted till now. Okay, please speak. The host will unmute you one by one. Please unmute yourself and speak about your experience of chanting.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I had tears in my eyes.
Okay, there's too much of echo.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay, but we understood something. Okay, someone else?
While chanting, I feel focused, not a single thought come in my mind.
Imagine the amount of focus you got and satisfaction and peace and happiness you got in these 3 minutes. Yeah? Did you ever got by getting the university, becoming the university topper or the richest man in the country? No, that peace cannot come because soul was satisfied when you chanted. So very nice. Next.
Hello.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, I chanted it for the first time and it was very nice. I felt very refreshing and I was engrossed into it. I was not able to stop myself unless and until I heard your voice.
Good.
So that was very nice.
Yes. So we request all of you to please chant. Whoever is not yet chanting, please start from tomorrow itself or from today itself. After this session, you can chant for 10 minutes and then sleep or have your dinner. And every day, first thing after you get up, you get ready. Sit for 10 minutes in one corner of your house and just chant Hare Krishna for 10 minutes. Absorb yourself and you will see the day will be different. You will deal, so many people will try to trouble you, but you will actually not be worried about them. You'll never get stressed. The more you chant, the lesser the bondage of these problems in this world. Next.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I had tears in my eyes as I chanted. There was a upheaval of emotions in my heart.
Yes. Because the soul, after not many days, many months, many years, but after many lifetimes, the soul got some food to eat. Soul is so happy that after many lifetimes I'm getting something to eat. So this chanting is food for soul. Good. Next. One or two, we'll take more.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna,
Hare
everyone. Prabhuji, before I say something, I would like to tell everyone that, being a chef and outside India, and I have killed, cooked, eaten, served everything that can be put on table. But my family was always into Hare Krishna society, and I was like, no, this is not my age, and this is the time to earn the BMW and the big bungalows and everything. And these these 3 minutes, I cried. I won't say no. I cried, and I was happy. I was like, मैं कितना बेवकूफ था, मैं कहाँ जा रहा हूँ? There is a sweet shop in front of me. There's a whole place of sweet shop in front of me, and I was looking for a particle of sugar for my whole life. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for opening our eyes. I'm blessed.
All thanks to Srila Prabhupada, who has come here to open the eyes of everyone in the world. Okay, one last, then we'll take questions.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I'm a member of ISKCON, and I used to chant regularly, but today I chanted loudly. I used to chant inside. I used to never say it loudly. But today I realized that saying loudly is something different than just, murmuring inside. So that was something new which I discovered today. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So I would like to take the feedback from all of you who have raised hand, but because we have a shortage of time, we have to take some questions. But I would request all of you to please write your feelings in the chat box, or write your feelings. All of you have received one poster. Just we made it a little more dramatic. Prabhuji se pucho. It's just our devotees have made it a little more entertaining. But you can write. There have already devotees. Many of you have started writing to me, and I'm trying to respond. So please share your feelings of your chanting. On WhatsApp. I'll be happy to know that. Any one of you want to say anything, want to ask anything? Today, since yesterday till today, before the class, I got at least more than 25 people approaching in that WhatsApp number, and it's very interesting. I spoke with some of them on the WhatsApp call, and it's very interesting to know how people are, their lives are transforming by Bhagavad Gita. So it gives us inspiration to go on more and more and more, because we know I have been practicing in this life from almost 17 years, and I know what Bhagavad Gita has done to me in my life. And what Bhagavad Gita and Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, just these two things you follow in life, and you will be out of this world. The experiences are out of this world. So don't worry about if someone is not able to focus. Sometime it happens, but you don't worry. Practice. Okay, questions. Let's take some questions.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for such a nice class. And anyone who has questions, they can type in the chat box. Some questions have already come, and people can raise hands. So, Arjuna, Prabhu, please unmute and ask.
Arjuna Prabhu is still busy with chanting, enjoying the bliss and ecstasy of chanting Hare Krishna. So we can move to other
Anuj Prabhu? Please ask.
Yes, sir.
Which country, which city you are in, Anuj Prabhu?
Sir, I was in Australia
Oh,
all
you're
these
still in
years.
Australia, or you're back in India?
No, I'm back in India because of my mother's demise. I left Australia now, and
Which
I want
city
to
you are
live
staying currently?
in Faridabad. It's a very small town next to New Delhi,
I know.
NCR.
We know. We have a temple there.
Yeah, Shri Radha Gonya Math, and of course ISKCON temple. So wherever I can get the knowledge from, I'm always there. So I've actually left my trade because of all those things, and onions, garlic, and non-veg, and all, dealing with all these kind of things. And I'm totally surrounded with Prabhu Bhakta and all those people around in my family as well. Guruji, my question is a very simple and very basic one. Is like, what is the best way to behave for a human being in times of excitement and in bad timings? Like how we should control our mind, body. Of course, I know chanting is is the best
I
thing
understood
to
your
do.
question. I always prefer, I don't know, I have this habit, I always prefer to give answers quoting some shloka from Bhagavad Gita, because that gives conviction, that you know increases my conviction how every question in the world has answer in Bhagavad Gita, and that gives conviction to every one of you also, that how Bhagavad Gita has answers. So Krishna speaks this second chapter, 56th verse. Dukkheshu anuvidnamana sukheshu vikatas pravitaraga bhaya krodha sita dhir muni ruchyate. I'll read the translation. One who is not disturbed in mind, even amidst the threefold miseries when the bad times comes, or elated when there is happiness, he is of a steady mind. He is a muni. He is a dhira muni. He is free from vita, raga, bhaya, krodha. Raga, bhaya and krodha, attachment, fear and anger. So when there is too much of material happiness, don't get excited. Be balanced. This is coming to you because of your karma. That's all. And if you have problems in your life, this is coming to you because of your karma. Don't go too much on extremes. Too much happiness, too much distress. Try to be balanced as much as possible. That whatever happiness and distress is coming is due to karma. Your focus is on bhakti. Now imagine if you are driving a car from Faridabad to Delhi. I know this road, Faridabad to Ashram in Delhi. It's near Santanagar because we have a temple there. If you're driving on a highway, what happens? Sometimes you see billboards. In India, we have a lot of billboards. Major cause of the accidents. And you see some billboards, or forget about billboards. You get a call. And you get a call, some sad news. Something in your family has happened. And now if you get affected with that sad news, obviously you won't be able to have control over your steering. Then what will happen? There are chances that you might meet accident. Another situation, you get a call, and then suddenly you get very you get a good news, which is like something like getting a lottery, 1 crore rupees lottery you won, and you become so elated, so excited, and again you will not be able to control your steering wheel. Again, there are high probability to meet accident. So in both the situation, we should be focused on driving the car and reaching the destination. So that's what Krishna is telling to Arjuna, that even if distress or in happiness, just be focused and keep moving on the path of bhakti. This needs practice. It's easy to digest sad news in our life, but it's very, very, very difficult to digest happy news in our life. Happiness is very, very difficult to digest. So we need to be, we need to learn to control our emotions. And don't worry about it now, because that will take some practice, that will take some time. What you should do, you should every day read Bhagavad Gita and chant Hare Krishna mantra. And gradually you will come to the level where happiness or distress, you are same person. Is that okay, Prabhu? Next question.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I hope everyone has got the answer from my question. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Sahil Chavan, please ask your question.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Sir, I just have a question. As now we are following Bhagavad Gita and the principles of Krishna, and you spoke about prescribed duties that we have to perform. As an individual, yes, you will 100% follow. You will not be detached to the results, and you will follow the prescribed duties, which is karma yoga. But as a family person, you cannot force these duties, or you cannot force these actions on your family members, like your wife, your son, daughter, mother, father. They'll have their own expectations from you, that my son or my husband or my father should fulfill my desires and my expectations, and what I want in life. That somewhere, as an individual, again takes you back to the circle where you get detached to the results, because you want to fulfill your family's needs and desires. So I just wanted to understand how to balance this situation, and how to ensure that you walk on the right path, ensuring that your family is happy. At the same time, you can't force certain things on them.
Yeah, good question. As a family man, what is the duty? Sahil bro, can I request you to please mute yourself? There is echo, I can hear my sound. So it is very important for a family man to perform the duties and yet be detached. Now suppose if your son is asking that, Papa, I need some money. So you'll ask why? Oh, I need to buy some stationery for my project. Okay, take 1,000 rupees. If your son is asking, I need money to buy cigarettes, what will you do? Will you give money? No. So Krishna is not saying as a family man you should not fulfill the desires of family. You have a wife, and wife is asking for good clothes and jewelry and good house and good furniture. That's your duty to give. You're not attached. It's your duty to give. Your father needs some medication, your mother needs something, you have to give. Your daughter, your son may need something, you have to give. What is good for them, you give. What is not good for them, you will not give. But keep practicing for yourself this detachment. And then gradually, when you become a devotee, family members will eventually come on the path of bhakti. And their material desires will reduce. And then you don't need to fulfill their material desires. As of now, the material desires which are not harmful to their health, you fulfill. If your son is saying that, I want to go to my friend's brother's marriage, so I need a new dress. Okay, it's all right. It's not so harmful. But if a daughter is asking for intoxication, then there's a problem. So as a family man, you have a responsibility towards your family, but you personally be detached and practice Krishna consciousness. And gradually you will see, if you are determined and focused in reading Bhagavad Gita and chanting Hare Krishna mantra, your family will gradually connect with bhakti. And that is your prime duty as a husband, as a father, as a son. Your prime duty is to make your parents, your wife, and your kids devotees of Krishna. It's your duty. And how you will be able to fulfill this duty? First, you become a devotee. Like when you travel in the flight, there's an announcement. Whenever there is a drop in oxygen pressure, when there's a drop in oxygen supply, then first you wear the mask, not the corona mask, but the oxygen mask will drop down and breathe, and then you make others, help others to wear their mask. So it is very important and very nice that you are becoming a devotee. So you become a good devotee and then eventually make everyone else as devotee. You don't have to force. Just by seeing you performing bhakti and you becoming happier, your father, your mother, your wife, your kids will ask you, what's happening? We are seeing an amazing change in you. And then you can make them also devotees. But you fulfill their desires, it's okay. Bhakti does not mean that you do not provide good clothes to your wife and kids and they're wearing all the torn out clothes. No, bhakti does not mean that. You wear the clothes according to your standard. Suppose you are a businessman staying in Mumbai and you have to travel to, say, Delhi for business meetings. So, bhakti does not mean that you go and stay in a dharamshala at Chandni Chowk. You can stay in a good hotel if you don't have relatives or you don't have a house. You stay in a good hotel as per your standard because that's your work. So that does not mean that you are attached. So internally develop that detachment. Externally perform the duty as you are doing. But detachment has to be developed internally. And that will automatically come when you chant and read Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna. Next question.
Kishu Panchal Prabhu, please unmute and ask.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I want to ask that when I am with me, I am happy, but when I am with other people or friends, I fall silent or try to stop talking. Why this happens?
That's your personality. Some people, they have different personality. There are introverts, there are extroverts, there are ambiverts, and there are more permutation combination in between. So it's okay when you like to be more with yourself. So that's okay. Being introvert is not wrong. It's not necessary that you have to see, oh, some of my friend is talking so much, is going on and on. I'm not able to talk. It's okay. It's okay. Be yourself. You are what you are. That's how Krishna has made you. For you, it is important that you develop Krishna consciousness. You don't have to change your personality for that. Krishna is not telling Ved Vyas to come and fight. Because Ved Vyas is a Brahmin. Krishna is telling Arjuna to fight. Because Arjuna, you are a Kshatriya. So if you are not able to speak and you are quiet in the group of people, that's okay. It's your personality. You just be. Don't try to change yourself. That will create a lot of problems in your life. A lot of complexities. Inferiority complex. So just be what you are and you be happy. Doesn't matter whether you are a man or a woman. You are young or you are old. You are North Indian or South Indian. You are Indian or you are American. Doesn't matter. Everyone needs to connect themselves according to their capacity with Krishna. By reading Bhagavad Gita, by chanting Hare Krishna mantra. That's what will make you happy because everyone wants to become happy. It's not that you have to change yourself to become happy. If you want to change means becoming Krishna conscious. Not that changing, Prahlad Maharaj in Bhagavatam, he says, not by changing externals you can become happy. Suppose you are not happy in Bombay. So then you tell your father, let us move to Ahmedabad. Do you think we will become happy just by change of a house or city or job? No. People today are fond of changing. They change their mobiles, they change their computers, they change their cars, they change their house, they change their furniture, they change their wife, they change their husband. Are they becoming happy? No. Because just by changing external, you don't become happy. What you are, you need to connect to Krishna. That will make you happy. So just connect yourself with Krishna. Don't worry about, how your personality is. Whatever you are, you are. Be happy. Next.
Khushi Srivastava Mataji, please ask question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I am a new college student. Like my college just started, and I am to be. If you're in a college, you have to be connected to some set of people, and those are young people with their young thinking and all. I am feeling like I am. There's a gap. There's a gap between me and bhakti. That my question is how to be consistent towards bhakti in that environment also,
Okay.
because there are so many abusive words and like that. Their thoughts are different.
See, it's called a transformation stage. When you have to be with your college friends, you have to be with your office colleagues, and then you practice bhakti. Sometimes, as it was said that how to practice bhakti when family is not devoted. So bhakti is a very personal thing. So that's called a transformation. Now, you go to college and pretend or behave externally as others are doing. But don't get into bad habits like intoxication and others, that you can always say no. The problem is, in India, people do not say no. If someone is offering you some intoxicant like a cigarette or liquor, or peer pressure, oh, everyone is drinking, I should also drink. Everyone is smoking, I should also drink. I should also smoke. Everyone is going for a movie, let me go for a movie. Everyone is going for a party, let me go for a party. Everyone is going to pub, let me go to pub. No. When I was working, so they were my colleagues. They knew that I follow ISKCON. So they asked me once, let's go to movie Saturday. I said no. Sorry. I have some work. Then after 1 month again they asked. I said no, I'm actually not much interested in this movie. So 2-3 times they asked and they said, oh, he's never interested. So they stopped asking me for movies or parties. That's good, I'm happy. Now someone may feel, oh, I'm left alone. No, why are you left alone? I was happy to be left alone. And over the months, after 6 months, what happened? Everyone on the floor knew that I'm practicing Krishna consciousness. So they will come individually, share their problems. And people who look like, what do you call them? Like they're boasting that they are party goers and they are movie freaks and all that. They actually are hollow from inside. There's a huge vacuum inside because they started sharing with me one by one. But in those few months, initial months, by the time they understand, I have to be confident and determined about my practice. So you be with them as far as studies are concerned, as far as work is concerned, but don't need to go to wrong places with them. Just to see, friendship or any relation is 2 ways. ताली दोनों हाथ से बजती है. So if your friend is, if you are feeling because they are my friends, I should go with them, but they should also feel that you are their friend and they should come with you to Bhagavad Gita program. But they are not coming. So why you should follow them everywhere? When you come in touch with Krishna consciousness, you will get so many amazing, trustworthy friends with very beautiful hearts who will not cheat. That they are called devotees. And Krishna says, Surada Sarva Bhutanam. Tomorrow we'll see this verse. That I am the well-wisher, I am the friend of everyone. So don't worry about this world, this worldly friendship. This is not called friendship. So you be with them as far as education is concerned, but not anywhere else. Because they are not going to help you. If tomorrow you are under stress, you are under depression, God forbids you have to face any of this, you will see that none of your friends will help you. So you be with them as far as study is concerned, but internally you practice Krishna consciousness. Internally you be a devotee. Externally you just put a show that I'm a normal student. And then gradually you will gain confidence by practice of bhakti. Then you will tell them. Then one by one people you will know that actually they have so many problems in their life and you will be able to help them. One devotee can create a revolution, and he has created a revolution, Srila Prabhupada. So every one of us are there to create a revolution in itself. So once you are ready, you can go for a revolution. So be ready. Till that time, don't mix in every sphere of life with people. Some places you can mix, some places are harmful. Remain aloof. Okay, next.
Yes, Gandharva.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, why is atheism growing in the world, Prabhuji? Nowadays, we are seeing each of them is not following God or everyone. And how to give realization to that atheist person that whatever you are thinking is wrong about God or incorrect or speaking about God, and how to connect them to God and how
Understood.
to preach them to
Understood.
God.
Thank you, Yash Prabhu. See, why is atheism growing? We are responsible for this. Devotees are responsible. It is my duty to preach about Krishna. So I should preach far and wide. If atheism is growing, that means we are lacking in our duty. So we are trying. But, even you and people like you who are not atheists should become a good student of Bhagavad Gita and gradually become ambassadors of Krishna consciousness. Then we can reach, we can spread the network. If you don't follow atheism, but you don't also follow Bhagavad Gita nicely, you are in between, that is of no use. So it's as good as atheism. So all of you also need to take Bhagavad Gita seriously, understand it scientifically from parampara, and then go and spread this knowledge, which will make people happy. The first step, you become a good student of Bhagavad Gita. Second step, by becoming a good student, you will gain confidence. When you go for a movie, you watch some movie, you like it, and immediately you go to Facebook and WhatsApp and to spread how the reviews of movie and you give your personal review. If you don't like it, you still write. So you spread. So when you will practice Bhagavad Gita in your life, you will want to spread it. That is how we will spread. Atheism is growing because we are not growing. Simple. So we should grow. Then atheism will curb and gradually extinct from this world. So let us all become good students of Bhagavad Gita and become ambassadors, brand ambassadors of Krishna consciousness, of Bhakti, of Bhagavad Gita, of Krishna. So it's our responsibility. Okay, next.
Shivani Chaudhary Mataji, please ask.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare.
Does studying academics comes under Karma Yoga?
I was a little fearful that someone should not ask this question. You want an honest answer or academics does not come under karma? It's an honest answer. Because it is not prescribed by Vedas. It's all modern. Bogus people have given this knowledge. It's English education. But somehow or the other, then we have to study what can we do. We are there. You need to make some career. You need to educate yourself. I don't know that whether it's education or uneducation. You're gaining something or losing. But then someone will say, what about how will we live in the world? We cannot just live with bhakti. So we do not say that. The knowledge of bhakti does not only means that sit and chant all the day. No. Arjuna is telling, Krishna is telling to Arjuna, go and fight. It's your duty. He's talking about. When Arjuna was, all Pandavas were under exile, Krishna told Arjuna, go and practice and get some divine weapons from Indra. So bhakti is not all about only sitting and meditating. Bhakti is about many things. There's knowledge of Ayurveda. There's knowledge of astronomy. There's knowledge of astrology. There's knowledge of metallurgy. It's not that before this modern education 500 years back or 1000 years back, people were not living. They have food, they have everything. Everything was going on. So Vedas, they teach us everything. But this modern education is not actually karma. But marta kya na karta. Beggars are not choosers. You practice. I mean, you have to study, so you study. But be detached. Completely detached. Okay, I'm just doing for the sake of studies. It will not give you any knowledge. Tell me what kind of education people are getting in this world where they are becoming criminals. 40 years back, you can actually go inside the aircraft if you're going to, see off your relatives. You can go in, like we go in Indian trains. Why I'm saying Indian trains? Because many countries, they don't allow even relatives to go to railway station, inside railway station. You have to go in the waiting hall. But in the 40, 50 years ago, you can see off your relative, you can go up to aircraft, inside aircraft. Now you cannot even enter airport. Why? Because the crime has increased. So modern education, as the modern education will increase, the crime will increase. Wherever there's hub of modern education, the crime will increase. In India, let us see some circles. Pune, Kota, Chandigarh, Visakhapatnam. You see? All the regulative principles have been broken. Most people getting intoxicated in these cities because hub, and there are many more, the hub of education, modern education. So people will smoke, people will drink, people will get into illicit sexual activities, people will, do all bogus things. This is what is modern education. I can give you an entire survey all over the world. You can think. It's not education. Education is to build character. Is modern education building character? No. At least when I was a school student, we used to have one subject called moral science. Now I heard there is no subject called moral science. They don't want to make character. They want all of us through modern education to become slaves. That was the idea of British government, make Indians slaves by giving them modern education. So we become slaves. In pre-independence era, we were slaves of foreigners, and now we are slaves of our own countrymen. All these business people, they don't want you to become intelligent. Otherwise, you will open your own business. They want you to become slave. Please try to understand why entrepreneurship is not promoted. Government is trying to promote, but business people, they don't want. If everyone will become entrepreneur, then how these business houses, the top business houses will survive? So they want slaves. So they control this modern education all over the world. Ultimately, now people are talking about this corona. We never know whether vaccine makers and scientists and doctors, what is happening, God knows. But everyone is selfish in this world. So you also become selfish. How you become selfish? Focus on yourself. And when you go to college, just be a normal student. And otherwise, focus on yourself, become a devotee of Krishna. Next question.
The question in the chat box, Prabhuji, if the man is devotee of Lakshmi Mata, he believes in Lord Narayan also, but he is only worshipping Lakshmi Mata, will he get a chance to go to Vaikuntha?
No. If you are a Lakshmi Bhakta, but why are you worshipping Lakshmi? If your intention is clear, you are worshipping Lakshmi so that you want money, then you are not going. You have material desires. And if you want to worship Lakshmi because she is mother, she is divine mother, so I want to serve you. So then Lakshmi says that if you want to serve me, please serve my master also. So then you worship Lakshmi Narayan both. She'll be more happy. And if you're just worshipping so that you want money, then why will you go to Vaikuntha? Because you want money. You want material benefits. So why Lakshmi allow you to come to Vaikuntha? So best is to serve Lakshmi Narayan both, Sita Ram, Radha Krishna. And that is why the Hare Krishna mantra has both. Hare means Radharani, Krishna means Krishna. Next.
Astha Mataji, please unmute and ask.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
My question is that earlier I was very talkative person, and I
Earlier
was
you were very
talkative person and
talkative.
talkative person, and earlier I was speaking anything without any thinking. But now, nowadays, I was very silent. I don't know why, and I listened to everyone with the carefulness. And nowadays, I muted myself. I don't know how it's changing day by day. I want to know.
Okay. So it's okay. If you were talkative, as you were saying, and you were talking without any logic, without any reasoning, but now you realize you are becoming mature. But that does not mean you hear everyone and everything. That will waste your time. That's complete wastage of your time. So you don't speak, that is good. You store your energy within yourself. But you does not have to also unnecessarily hear what people are saying. If you want to hear, you hear Bhagavad Gita. If you want to read, you read Bhagavad Gita. If you want to talk, you talk Hare Krishna. So becoming silent is good. You don't have to unnecessarily interact with worldly people. You interact whatever is required. Rest of the time you be with yourself. The soul. You are the soul. You understand. And these transitions keep on happening because it's all on a mental level. It's mind. Sometimes you talk, sometimes you don't talk. But generally people, when they grow up, they become mature, they don't talk. It happens with everyone. They talk less. But that does not mean you have to hear everyone with attention. They may talk anything. Why you want to give your, lend your ears hearing worldly things? Okay, have some relationship with people where you are studying or where you are working. Only, official relationship. Personal relationship with Krishna. Okay. Next.
There's a question in chat box by Tarun Kukreja Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, how to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra loudly or slowly because I'm kind of introvert, I have seen the difference by chanting loud, but I cannot chant loud in home also.
See, when we are saying loud does not mean you have to shout. You can just, murmur softly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You have to hear. You don't have to shout, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I mean, that is kirtan, that we go out and do. But at home, you can sit in one corner, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Just hear. Your neighbor will not know what you are doing. That much volume is required so that you can hear. Next.
There's a question. There was a difference between Sri Krishna and Sri Vishnu.
What's the difference between Sri Krishna and Sri Vishnu? There's no difference. Krishna, Vishnu, Narayana, Rama, Narsinga, Vamana, everyone is same. Krishna is the topmost Vishnu. There's no difference. Next.
Aniket Rathod, please unmute and ask. Okay, so Aniket has some personal question regarding family affairs, so it will be better if he asks it personally because the message is too long. I'm not able to get it.
WhatsApp.
So we can hear from Mandira Mataji. Please unmute and ask.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I believe we need to walk on the path of spirituality for our own self. And that is what I have tried to do in my life. I also did Vipassana. Now I am trying to walk on the path of Krishna consciousness. But what happens in our day-to-day life is our own immediate family members, when we don't when we don't take actions according to their, expectation, which does not please them. So I get to hear a lot of taunt. What is the point of you doing Vipassana? What is the point of you doing or reading Bhagavad Gita or getting into the path of Krishna? What have you learned? This is the kind of taunt that I get. But in reality, I feel what I have, if I have not done something which didn't please them, that it doesn't mean that I'm wrong. How do I deal with such taunts and situations, Prabhuji?
Okay. The moment you start practicing bhakti and reading Bhagavad Gita and chanting one round of Hare Krishna or two rounds of Hare Krishna, people will know and people will try to find out fault within you because they want to discourage you. If the child, 1-year-old girl, she starts walking, that does not mean that you tell that girl, listen, now you are walking, why don't you compete with PT Usha and get some gold medal for the Indian? You cannot get gold medal. You cannot expect a gold medal from 1-year-old child. So similarly, you can tell these people, I'm a student. I have many faults within me. And I've just started practicing bhakti. So gradually these faults will go away. It will not go away immediately. It takes time. Everything is gradual. A child, grows gradually. When a child is born, you cannot expect a 2-month-old child that why don't you go to bathroom? Why you have to do all the process in the bedroom, on the bed, in your diapers? You cannot ask 2-month-old child to go to bathroom. You cannot ask 2-month-old child to go and get your own bread, on your own bread. He cannot understand. So does that mean that he should die? Does that mean he should be killed? So you are practicing bhakti, people will taunt you. So you have to just tolerate. And you have to tell your people that I'm a student, I'm just started. It takes time. So gradually as the bhakti will increase, your anarthas, your faults will reduce. It takes time. So we need to balance. Obviously, when family members are not supporting, we need to balance. We need to learn, and there's a way. And you are a woman. Please understand the power of a woman. If a woman wants, she can make entire family into devotees. We need some more discussion, which we can do it later. But this is how the general answer is. That you are practicing. You are a student. You are not a master. You are a sadhaka. You are doing sadhana. You are not siddha. You are a student, not a teacher. You are a practitioner, not a perfectionist. So it's okay. You can tell people that I accept I have faults, but I've started somewhere. So then they will not tell you. But yes, you have to tolerate all these taunts. It happens with everyone. Every one of us has to tolerate these taunts. Next question, and we'll take this as the last question.
Harshit Verma Prabhu, please unmute and ask.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी.
हरे कृष्ण.
मेरा क्वेश्चन, कैन आई स्पीक हिंदी?
यस.
मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था प्रभु जी कि जैसे कभी कभी होता है कि हम अपने सेंसेस पे काबू तो पा लेते हैं, लेकिन कुछ समय के बाद में, जैसे कुछ महीनों के या कुछ हफ्तों के बाद में, वो सेंसेस फिर इधर उधर भागने की कोशिश करते हैं. तो उसे वापस से फिर वैसे ही कैसे कंट्रोल किया जाए, या हमेशा के लिए कंट्रोल?
आप खाना कितनी बार खाते हो दिन में?
3 बार.
3 बार खाते हो. तो सवेरे खाते हो, तो फिर अभी अगले साल क्यों नहीं खाते? क्यों 4 घंटे 5 घंटे बाद फिर खाना खाते हो? सवेरे 8-9 बजे ब्रेकफास्ट लिया, फिर 1-2 बजे फिर लंच क्यों लेते हो? क्योंकि भूख लग जाती, क्यों खाना हजम हो गया. फिर 2-3 बजे लंच लिया, फिर 7-8 बजे 9 बजे फिर भूख लग गई. बीच में स्नैक्स अलग आ जाता है, फ्रूट्स अलग आ जाते हैं, जूस अलग आ जाता है. दैट मीन्स आप रेगुलर कुछ ना कुछ ले रहे हो, इसीलिए आपकी भूख कंट्रोल में है. सो आपके सेंसेस और आपके माइंड आपको चाहिए कंट्रोल में, तो आपको रेगुलर चैंटिंग करना पड़ेगा, रेगुलर भगवत गीता पढ़ना पड़ेगा, लेक्चर सुनना पड़ेगा, डिवोटीज के साथ रहना पड़ेगा. रेगुलर डेली आवरली बेसिस पे कुछ ना कुछ उसको देते रहना पड़ेगा. तो फिर सेंसेस जो है, आप तो भाग्यशाली हैं. आप बोल रहे हैं कि आपके इंद्रियां 3-3 महीना 4-4 महीना महीनों तक कंट्रोल रहती है. वेरी डिफिकल्ट. यू आर अ स्पेशल केस. यहाँ तो लोग हरे कृष्णा जप करते हैं 2 घंटे के लिए, उसके आधे घंटे बाद चालू हो जाता है प्रॉब्लम. तो इसीलिए हमको प्रोसेस कंटिन्यूस रखना पड़ता है. जब कालिया के ऊपर कृष्ण नाच रहे थे, तो कालिया जो फन उठाता था कृष्ण उसको मारते थे. फिर दूसरा फन उठाता था कृष्ण उसको मारते थे. तीसरा फन उठाता था कृष्ण उसको मारते थे. जहां जहां से फन उठेगा कालिया, तेरे को वहीं वहीं पे लात पड़ेगी. फिर वो कालिया समझ गया, 108 फनों पे उसको लात पड़ी, उसको समझ में आ गया अभी कोई फायदा नहीं कृष्ण से लड़के. हाँ, मेरा जब गरुड़ ने मेरा हालत खराब कर दिया, ये तो गरुड़ का मास्टर है. तो फिर कालिया समझ गया. तो आपके सेंसेस जब भी अनकंट्रोल होंगे, फिर उनको भगवत गीता पढ़ो, लेक्चर सुनो, चैंटिंग करो, कंट्रोल हो जाएगा. फिर वो उछलेगा, फिर कंट्रोल करो, फिर वो उछलेगा, फिर कंट्रोल करो. तो ये करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. सो वी विल स्टॉप हियर, एंड बिकॉज any other questions you can please send on this WhatsApp number which is being shared with all of you. So thank you very much with your attention, for your attention and patience. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, and thank you everyone for patiently hearing and putting forward so many nice questions. So we thank Prabhuji by loudly chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We'll see you all tomorrow with chapter number 5 and 6. Please keep solving your quizzes, which we are sending in the WhatsApp group. And for any questions, you can send on WhatsApp. The number has been given already in the groups. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.